Hi guys, this is Kung Fu Trees here. I'm going to be playing a Pauper challenge with a green-red Stompy deck. I'll be honest, this deck isn't great. It's probably, I think it's probably certainly worse than the normal Stompy. The problem is that uh, there aren't actually... So the good thing about this deck is that the red is actually not that difficult to splash. You know, between Burning Tree Emissary and I can even add extra Metamorphose, it's not difficult to get red. The problem is that there's not that many good red cards to splash. The highest impact stuff are in the sideboard. I actually tried combining green and red a lot more, but the more I tested, I think the more, like I had things like Ripple Clan Crashers and Valley Dashers and Goblin Heel Cutters. But the more I tested, the more like just the normal Stompy cards are just, I found them to be better. They're more resilient. And with something like a green-red mana base, the deck is going to be slightly slower. So you kind of want the more resilient Stompy creatures. So basically, eventually I just ended up being almost entirely a Stompy deck, except with a very light red splash. So basically, looking, I guess, more at the cards, I have all the normal Stompy creatures, 1-drops, except for Dental Sentinel. And Dental Sentinel is just kind of the worst of the bunch. All the rest provide extra utility, and Vault Scourge is nice because you kind of use your red mana. Notice that Hrimfax is also already starting to cut his Dental Sentinels, and I think I agree with that. It's just kind of like the worst creature of the bunch. It's a very bad top deck, and I think Stompy is actually not like all in aggressive as perhaps as like red deck wins. Like frequently, Stompy grounds at the peep out. In the 2-drop slot, I have all the Estimators, 3 River Boas, and then the Burning Tree Emissaries. So I'm not playing things like Solana Ledgewalkers. I think these are just the highest impact creatures. Like Estimators can get you 2 bodies, and then Burning Tree obviously Emissaries excellent in this deck. Not only is it the best card in Stompy and red deck was already, but it allows you to splash red. So the splash cards I'm running are 4 Lightning Bolts, which is the best red card, and 2 Granger Guild Mages. So out of all like the red-green cards that I've been testing, Granger Guild Mage is the one that's impressed me the most. It's a bit of extra reach, and it has a lot of utility against like Stompy or against like Delver. It's even good, or not good, but like it's quite reasonable against more controllish decks because it's extra reach. There's a lot of cool tricks you can do between it and Korean Ranger. So hopefully it'll show up. And then I run 4 Vines. Vines is just like the best card it's the best pump spell in Mono Green Stompy. It might just be the best card in Mono Green Stompy. It does so many different things. It's a dispel for a lot of different effects. It's a pump spell. It's a protection spell. It's just really excellent. I run a lot of extra Bone Splitters. In fact, I run 1 less Rancor and extra Bone Splitters. A lot of this is trying to use the red mana if I get any. And I don't run Hunger of the Hell Pack. I think I found that against like control decks, Hunger of the Hell Pack doesn't help me win those fights. So like those fights are like really grindy, and Hunger of the Hell Pack just sets you up for 2 for 1. So I didn't run those. Yeah, basically this deck is going to be slightly slower than the normal Stompy, which is already slower than red deck wins. So it's a little bit grindier. There's a bit more extra reach, so you don't have to be as fast. Yeah, so that's kind of how this deck plays. It's worse because the mana is worse. So not that the cards are worse than the cards in Stompy. So so I guess the biggest reasons to splash red is in the sideboard. So Gorilla Shaman is very good, obviously against Affinity. It's also quite good against Kurota. There's an extra Granger Guild Mage to come in and get in the mirror, and I guess it comes in a lot in general. It's just a pretty flexible card. But I think the biggest things that are added are Flaring Pains, which are really good against fog effects. They can't even it's so good. It's really good against Moment's Peace and Prismatic Strands because they can't flash it back because it does not think it's Flaring Pain. This is not like a counter spell for those effects. This is just like those effects just don't work this turn. So it's quite good. And then the other good card is Electricity. So really good against basically just a lot of tokens, which I guess Stompy didn't really fear too much before. I guess there's like Scarred Pit Skulk and Vault Scourge, I guess. But the effect is still great to have. Like if you didn't have Scarred Pit Skulk, you'd have to kind of like trade down with your creatures, and Electricity makes it a lot easier. And the two Flame Slashes, this is for Affinity or like the is a Blitz deck. And otherwise, there's just some like random green sideboard cards. There's the fourth River Boa, a random Shot Archer, a Seafold Delete, Relics, and 2 Gleeful Sabotages. I'm hoping to not face Boggles. This deck is like, I'm not running the 4 Gleeful Sabotage, so it's a lot worse against that deck. But yeah, so I'm going to be running this deck through the challenge, and I don't have high hopes, but I hope I do all right. I'd be happy with like just a positive record.